Good day, everyone. As you may know, October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, and I'm here to teach you about multi-factor authentication. So before we get into what multi-factor authentication is, I think we need to break down to understand what is authentication. So authentication really is just you verifying who you are, what you know. So let's say, for example, I go to iGovTT, I type in my username, I type in my password, and when I submit, once that username and password matches what is on the system is very confident that I am the person that I'm claiming to be. However, two-factor authentication, you can now enter a username, enter a password, and then a special code is sent to either your email address or your mobile device to be able to then verify that you are the person that you're claiming to be. Now, to be able to do something like this, you can go on to your app store, whether it be iOS or Google Play Store, and you can type in Authenticator app. And within there, you will have two different types of Authenticator apps that you can use to go along with the system that you're using once you have enabled two-factor authentication. So a very simple example I could use is, let's say, Gmail. If you go into your Gmail account, click on Manage Account, and then go to Security. Down at the bottom of the screen, on the lower left-hand side of the screen, you can see the Authenticator. And if you click there, you will go through the different steps to enable two-factor authentication using the Authenticator app. Now, what multi-factor authentication is that it adds to what two-factor authentication does. So it goes up from what you know, your username and password, what you have, your mobile device that's going to have your additional code to verify who you are, and now you have what you are. This is your fingerprint or face ID to be able to verify that you are the person that you claim to be. Now, how do you enable this? In the Authenticator app that I spoke about before, if you go into settings, you will see that there's something called privacy screen. And when you enable privacy screen, you will then have to verify that you are the person using the device by using either a fingerprint or your face ID. So in that way, you will have multiple layers of authentication to ensure that nefarious persons trying to get access to your account cannot, because they have to have many different ways of accessing your accounts. And each one being more difficult than the other because you need to have your face or your fingerprint, you need to have your username and password, and of course they also need to have your mobile device that gives you that unique code that allows you to log onto your device. So that's basically multi-factor authentication. It's just many different steps to ensure that you are who you claim you are when you're trying to authenticate yourself to a system. So that's the end of my talk, and enjoy Cybersecurity Month.